Well, just to finish answering your question, obviously calling your child a pig or anything else is improper and inappropriate, and I apologize to my daughter for that. I can't tell you how many people who are like amazing. I mean, you and I, but all of us know the most famous and privileged people in the world, and some of them would call me on the phone and say, God, if they taped some of the things I said to my kid.
I've said that on this show.
And I've had a lot of other people say, and I've had a lot of other people say to me, if all of us were to lose our custody rights because you had you said something inappropriate, we would have a parentless society, basically. So.
Yeah. Well, the sad thing is, you know, what everybody has opinions on it, and it's really something between the family, you and this child. But you also have a very big career. How is this affecting your? Well, you used to. What about 30 Rock? What happens to your future?
I'll tell you. I see where. I was telling somebody how, you know, things have changed so much since I was a child. And things like this would happen, and a woman might go and have lunch with her friends, or go see her family, or she might go to the country club, or to a group she was involved with, and tell people what she was feeling about what was going on, and share with them. And that was what was public.
What are you going to do now?
But I want to finish.
But I want to make sure we get this because we're a live show.
Right.
Well,
Because I think this is very important.
Okay.
And that is that because it's connected. And that is that now in the world we live in, as you know, a person presses one button and the whole world knows what's happened to you.
Right.
Literally. Literally. Some man took this tape and construed that was in the child's interest to do that, and pressed a button, and it went over the entire world. Now, as the result of that, I think that, you know, listen, I don't want the show to get hurt. In our business, as you both know, when you do a program like that or a film or what have you, there are 250 or 300 people who go to work every day on this show.
30 Rock.
And I don't, right, or any enterprise. And I don't want those people to be negatively impacted and for them to be hurt by this situation. So I've asked NBC to let me out of my contract and let me leave the show.
Have they said yes?
No, wait a second. I have said to them, I really, really, really don't want to do it anymore because I would like to take a specific piece of my life, whether it's 3 years or 5 years, it doesn't matter, and devote myself. I have my book coming out hopefully in September for St. Martin's Press.
And your book is not about your specific relationship with him.
The book is
it
not
is about
a memoir.
parental alienation in general.
It's about divorce litigation, and I would like to take a portion of my the next coming years and devote myself to the cause. If I never acted again, I couldn't care less. I would like to devote myself to the cause of parental alienation and changing in state houses. There were bills that were proposed in Sacramento that were killed, which were about equality and co-parenting and divorce litigation. And this is work that I've been creeping up on now, but I've been busy. But now, I mean, I've been begging these people to please let me go.
Will they let you out?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, I hope they will, because I want to go do something else. But the point is that, you know, because the other thing is, it's not like my career is something that we're nipping in the bud. I've been doing this for 27 years. I mean, I've had enough of this, quite frankly, to last me a lifetime, especially in the modern tabloid world. And there's a bigger thing I want to do. There's a more important thing I want to do that I have so much feeling for. And you know the person who's been the greatest to me? I say this to you, and I don't want to get emotional about this, but, you know, my mom is someone who I've had a very kind of on-again, off-again relationship. You know, I mean, when my dad was alive and my parents were getting separated. And my mom has gone on to be reborn as this breast cancer advocate. And, you know, my mom, who's had a bypass, and she had a stroke, and she has diabetes, and she had breast cancer. She's been very ill, but she's 78 years old. And my mother, who suffered all these things, I wish I could play you that voicemail that she left me yesterday. And my mom called me on the phone. And she said to me, I'm going to go outside today and I'm going to plant pumpkin seeds because I want to grow the biggest pumpkin for us to have at the house. And I mean, she just started talking about all this nonsense. But the point is that she wasn't talking about this. She was talking about life and what do we do with the rest of our lives and how do you go out the door and enjoy your life. And what I want to do is I want to leave this interview with you. I want to thank both of you for giving me this opportunity, and you especially, because I think you and I both know that whenever we have personal missteps in our lives, there's a lot of people that are out there that are ready to kind of lend their voice to the chorus to tear us down. I want to say that I'm sorry to anyone that was offended by what happened. I'm sad about the way it all played out, and I have a dream in my heart, deep in my heart, to go out this door today and do something else with my life and to do this work, which is very meaningful to me. I want you to know, I have tens of thousands of men contact me over the months who are victims of parental alienation. And if you think they're angry, you should hear the voices of the women in their lives now. I get mail all the time from a woman who will say, my husband Bob is the most loving dad, and his ex-wife is a bleepin', 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 bleep, bleep, bleep. And she keeps Bob away from his kids. And I said to myself, this is what I want to do with my life now.
Well, let's just hope the most important thing is that your child.
Yes, and that's a part of it. I mean, I want to protect my relationship with my daughter, who I thought up until this moment, and everyone in my life who knows me knows I have a great relationship with my daughter. You know, my daughter used to come into me and I'd say, I said to her once, we were lying in bed and I was waking her up. I'd come into her room and I was rubbing her hair. And she laughed at me and I go, what's so funny? She goes, the way you wake me up in the morning, where you rub my hair and what do I want for breakfast? And she goes, it's so funny to me. I go, why? She goes, because my mom opens the door and says, get the hell out of that bed right now. You're late. We got to have... And I'm thinking to myself, you know, when women do a certain thing, and if it's the mother, it's perceived one way. And when men do it, it's perceived another way. I want to say another thing for people who are going through this, who are divorced. You know, I watched a lot of people on TV say, why can't these two people get their act together? And they go, on our side, we reached out to these folks and said to the other party, shall we say, and her lawyers, we should get together. Let's try this. Let's stop this. Let's stop this. They never responded.
Yeah.
And and that's a fact. We tried to have conciliation, and they never responded. And I say to everyone out there who is contemplating divorce or who is getting divorced, the quicker you can get to peace and just dignity for the sake of your children, there's a place you're going to want to get to. I promise you from the bottom of my heart, the quicker you get there, the better off everybody's going to be. Yeah.
Alec, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I love you. I do.
Love you.
And I think you're a great guy. And you hang in, because it's not one phone call. Okay? It's your whole life. We'll be right back after this with some of the heroic first responders from 9/11.